Okay, if you're an Amazon seller, you know there's one thing that is a constant source of stress, but also the absolute key to your success: customer reviews. Getting them is a strategic game, and today we're going to break down the survival guide you desperately need. So let's get right into it.
So what is it? What's the one question that just echoes in your mind, probably keeping you up at night? It's almost always, how do I get more reviews? And look, you are not alone. This pressure is real, and every single seller feels it, from the moment they launch their first product. I want you to think of the Amazon marketplace like a battlefield. Seriously. And on this battlefield, your opponent isn't really another seller. No, it's the algorithm. And this thing is a relentless hunter, constantly scanning, just looking for anything that seems even a little bit suspicious.
But here's the thing that trips so many people up. The rules of this game are way more complex than they look on the surface. To win, you have to know not just the official, written rules, but also the secret, unwritten ones that the algorithm lives by.
So, let's start with the basics, right? The official red lines Amazon draws in the sand. Now, a lot of this seems obvious. Don't review your own stuff, don't ask your mom to do it, but you'd be shocked how many people make these mistakes every single day. Offering money, using those shady review clubs, all big no-nos. But here's one that catches people. Issuing a refund after a customer leaves a review can look like a bribe to the algorithm. And you gotta remember, telling Amazon, "Oh, I didn't know," is an excuse that will get you absolutely nowhere.
So, following those official rules, that's just the starting line. The real battle, the one that actually matters, isn't about the rules themselves, it's all about perception. It's about how things appear. So let's dive into those unwritten rules and try to get inside the algorithm's head. And this right here, this is the absolute heart of the matter. Amazon's rulebook says, don't manipulate reviews. But what the algorithm hears is, don't do anything that even looks like you're manipulating reviews. You see the difference? It's massive. Your good intentions mean nothing. It's all about the pattern of your behavior. Let's talk numbers for a second. Your review rate. On average, a normal, healthy rate is about 1 or 2 reviews for every 100 sales. So, maybe 1.5%. But let's say you launch a new product and suddenly 15, maybe 20% of your sales are turning into reviews. To you, that feels great. To the algorithm, you're waving a giant red flag. You're basically shouting, "Hey, come look at me, I'm doing something weird." So yeah, anything over 15%, that's the danger zone.
All right, next up, how a buyer behaves. The algorithm has a very specific idea of what a natural customer journey looks like. Just sending a friend a direct link and telling them to buy and review? That's not natural. A real customer, they browse, they check out the pictures, read the details, add it to their cart, and maybe they even come back a day later to actually buy it. The goal is to look as organic and unplanned as possible. And what about timing? This one's huge. How soon after a product is delivered should that review pop up? Amazon expects a bit of a wait. At least 7 days is a good rule of thumb. When a review appears the very same day a product is delivered, that's an immediate red flag. And you have to think about your product. If you're selling, say, an anti-aging cream, a review saying this stuff is amazing a day after they got it just isn't believable. It takes a month to see results, right? The timing has to make sense. Okay, so you want some pro tips for staying hidden from that all-seeing algorithm? Here you go. First, try not to push for reviews on weekends or holidays, when traffic patterns just look different. Second, don't use huge discounts like 50 or 60% off on sales you're hoping will become reviews. And this is a big one. Never ever ask the same customer for a product review, seller feedback, and a rating all at once. It looks too desperate. A really smart move? Run a small pay-per-click ad campaign. It just makes your traffic look way more organic. These little things can be total lifesavers. But what happens if you break these rules? What happens if you get caught? Well, this is where things get really, really serious. The consequences aren't just a slap on the wrist. They are catastrophic.
And look, don't just take my word for it. This is a direct quote from Amazon's own policy. They have a zero-tolerance policy, and they promise to take immediate action. Listen to that language. There's no maybe, there's no we might. This isn't a friendly warning. It's an ironclad promise.
So, what's the first thing on the chopping block? Permanent account suspension. Just like that, in a single email, the door to your entire business, everything you've built, could be locked, and the key thrown away. Forever. And it gets worse. Next up, your money. Amazon can seize every single dollar sitting in your seller account. I'm not talking about freezing it. I'm talking about taking it. It's gone. And after that, the thing you were trying to manipulate in the first place? Your reviews.
All of them. All that social proof. Every 5-star rating you worked so hard for. Poof! Vanished. Wiped completely clean, like they never existed.
And if you are truly, truly unlucky, it can go even further. Amazon has been known to take legal action. They can sue you, and they can publicly name you and your brand as a policy violator. We're talking about lawsuits and the complete destruction of your reputation.
Okay, so after all that doom and gloom, you're probably asking, what's the right way to do this? How do I survive? So let's talk about the smart path, the safe passage through this minefield.
Thankfully, the answer is pretty simple. It's about forgetting the shortcuts and building a real, solid foundation. First, use Amazon's own programs, like Amazon Vine. It's designed to get your product in front of trusted reviewers. But honestly, the real secret, the ultimate engine for getting reviews, is to create a ridiculously good product. A fantastic product. And then you back it up with customer service that is so good people want to go leave you a great review. The right path isn't about chasing reviews, it's about earning them. That's the only sustainable strategy. So really, when you boil it all down, it comes to a fundamental choice that you, the seller, have to make about your business.
And I'll leave you with this question. Are you trying to build a real, lasting business that can support you for years to come, or are you willing to risk that entire future for a short-term gain, a quick shortcut? At the end of the day, the choice is all yours. Thanks for digging into this with me.